Okay, I'm coming at you because I love football so much. I'm going to give the NFL some free advice. Okay, I watched fantastic football yesterday. I watched every minute of both games. We loved it. Sports fans, football fans, we were rewarded with fantastic football, and we have two amazing teams that are going to play in the Super Bowl. God bless them. However, both games ended with controversy, and that's what I'm here to address. We got to fix it, okay? Especially the Saints-Rams game, okay? No objective person can watch that no call at the end of the game and say it wasn't a penalty. Like, you've got to have the biggest Ram goggles bias ever to watch that and say it wasn't either a helmet-to-helmet or a pass interference or both. Completely egregious. Honestly, I've been watching football for 30 years. That was the most egregious no call I have ever seen. And it changed the whole game. The Rams went on to win, and I'm not taking anything away from the Rams. I played for the Rams. Like, I'm happy for them. I'm jealous because the team sucked when I was there, but I'm so happy for them. They played a great game, and the Saints still had a chance to win, no question. The Rams outplayed them. They got into field goal position twice, and it didn't hurt that their kickers got a monster leg. That game winner would have been good from 70. But hats off to the Rams. They did it. That being said, the game would have been over if the refs make the right call. And it was the right call. In fact, the league office told Sean Payton on the phone after the game, yeah, we messed up. Should have been a helmet-to-helmet or a pass interference or both. We're sorry. What good does that do the Saints now? I mean, we're talking destinies, legacies altered for a whole franchise, a whole city. Drew Brees, obviously, he's a Hall of Famer. He's won one Super Bowl. You get in that 2 Super Bowl category. It altered the guy's legacy. And he played a fantastic year this year, and my heart hurts for him. That call is made correctly. They kneel it 3 times, kick a field goal, but it's 99% make from that distance, and they're in the Super Bowl, okay? So you cannot objectively say that was wrong, that it wasn't wrong. Now, I know, and I'm not going to dispute that there were calls missed earlier in the game. There's the face mask on Goff, and this adds to my point. So here's what's stupid, okay? The NFL has recognized the need to get it right on the field. So they have made adjustments through the years to allow technology to aid that process. The human eye is prone to error. We can't see everything. No ref can see everything. So we use technology, and the point is, let's get it right. So if we can use technology to see if his knee was down or not down, if his foot was out of bounds or in bounds, if the ball crossed the goal line or didn't cross the goal line, if we can use technology for those situations, why can't we use technology to acknowledge if it was pass interference or not pass interference? And don't give me this, it's a judgment call, it's different in TV. And you could make different rules where if it's a pass interference judgment call, they have to watch it in real time. They can't do slow-mo. You could do rules like that, and that would be fair, because I understand that it is different when it's bang, bang, and you're watching it in real time versus bang, bang, and you're watching it in slow motion. That does change it. So I understand that, but the point is, let's get it right. If the league can, after the fact, review it and say, yeah, we messed it, that was the wrong call, why can't they do it in real time where it still benefits the team? So what's the fix? Give the coach a chance to challenge it. Okay, and I'm not saying that they can challenge every penalty throughout the game. That'd be stupid. That'd slow down the pace of the game. We're not going to do that. But just leave the same challenge rules in place, but open it up to a penalty. They can challenge a penalty anytime. The same rule, if they lose it, they lose their challenge, they lose a timeout. Same rules apply. The smart coaches, they keep that in their back pocket. They wait till that key penalty at the key moment in the game that changes the course of the game. And this is commonplace. It's routine. It happens all the time. It's unfortunate. It puts an asterisk on the winner. It leaves a sour spot. And why are we doing that? In this day and age, with the technology that we have, there is no reason we can't get it right when it still matters. God bless the Rams. Happy for them. The Saints, they got robbed. And from what I've read, the NFL, the competition committee, they're going to look at reviewing it. NFL, do the right freaking thing. It's a no-brainer. Let's get it right on the field at the same time. Just give the coach a chance to challenge it. Keep the rules in place. Football will be better. There will be less controversy. Okay, so that's suggestion number 1. Suggestion number 2 is overtime. Okay, Both games ended in overtime. It's unfair. I've been arguing with people on Twitter, and it's funny. The football purists that love the traditional sudden death overtime. Well, if you don't want to lose the game, then you got to play defense. Well, if you can't stop them from scoring a touchdown, you don't deserve to win. I've seen all sorts of that BS on Twitter. That's nonsense. Okay, I played defense. I freaking love defense. And I love playing overtime. I love being on the field in that situation, having a chance to win the game. But that doesn't excuse the fact that overtime rules are unfair. Okay? Used to be that the NFL played true sudden death. Kick a field goal, win the game. They recognized rightly that was unfair, and they changed it. Because back in those days, if you won the coin toss and got the ball first, 60% of the time you won the game. That's a 20 percentage point advantage. They're like, why are we giving a 20 point advantage to the person that wins the coin toss? That's stupid. So they changed that, and now both teams have a chance to possess the ball. But if the team scores a touchdown on the opening drive, game over, okay? So it's not truly both teams have a chance to possess the ball. Look at this game, okay? The Chiefs' offense was fantastic. Best offense in the league, MVP quarterback, guy threw 50 touchdown passes. The Chiefs scored a touchdown on 40% of their drives this year. And that's to my point, okay? I love defense. Defense is important, but flip, it's an offensive league. Everybody wants to see points. These offenses, if you blow on a quarterback, you get a flag these days. Pass interference, all these calls favor the offense, okay? Offenses are scoring points like they never have. In fact, in the history of the league, no teams have ever scored 50 points in both of them in regulation. That happened this year. There were the most points averaged per game in NFL history this year. Most yards averaged. Most passing touchdowns averaged. And on and on and on. My point is offenses are better than they ever have. So why are we giving these high-powered offenses the ball in overtime and saying, oh, here, go win the game? Like, that's not fair for the other team. Somebody on Twitter said, well, defense is 50% of the game. Why are you ignoring defense? I'm not. Flip. Let's make both teams' defenses have to play. Why should the Patriots defense get a free pass? They did. They got a free pass. The Chiefs defense is 50% of the team, but they're 100% of the reason the Chiefs lost in overtime. I'm not talking about regulation, in overtime. MVP didn't even get to see the field, okay? So it's inequitable. Like I said, back before it was 60%, so they changed the rules. Since they changed the rules, it's 55%. You win the toss, get the ball, you go on to win the game. So that's 55-45. We're giving a 10 percentage point advantage to the winner of a coin toss. Why are we doing that? Like, that's dumb. And I'm not sitting here saying that it's 100%. It's a slight advantage. It's not a crazy advantage, but it's a slight advantage, and it is an advantage. And it's only going to get worse as these offenses get better. Okay, let's eliminate the controversy, and let's make it fair. So here's are some ways that we can make it fair, okay? If we leave the rules intact and still play sudden death, I wouldn't be for that, but if we did that, let's at least not leave it at the mercy of a coin toss, okay? If the Giants and the Cowboys both finish 10-6, who wins the NFC East? They don't flip a coin to see who's the NFC East champion and goes to the playoffs. That would be asinine. We would never do that. What do? Oh, they go to tiebreaker procedures. Who won the head-to-head? If they split, who had a better divisional record? If they tie in that, who had a better conference record? And on and on and on. There's like 15 tiebreakers, okay? The point is, earn it. Let's make it one on the field, okay? So go back to NFL overtime. If we're going to leave the rules in place, eliminate the coin toss, that's stupid. That's you're just giving one of the teams, by virtue of a coin toss, a 10 percentage point advantage. Let's not do that. Let's give the ball to the team that had more total offense, or to the team that had a better total defense stat. Or a novel one would be give the ball to the team that had the greater time of possession in the tie ball game. The point is, getting the ball first is now earned, not given. And there's less controversy. There's still controversy. You're still giving a 10 percentage point advantage to somebody, but it's less controversy because you now earned it on the field. Let's settle things on the field, not with coin tosses. Like flip, why don't we just line up before the game, flip a coin toss, whoever wins the game, go home. We're all about player safety now. Why are we even playing the game? I mean, it's just stupid to do it with a coin toss. Okay, so that's the simplest, easiest fix to make it more fair, okay? That's not enough for me. I would love the NFL to do that. Another thing that they could do is just cut the opening touchdown wins the game caveat. All the rules are still the same in place, same format, whatever, but both teams truly have a chance to possess the ball. In this case, the Patriots defense are now forced to go play and stop Patrick Mahomes. And they don't get a free pass like they did yesterday, which was a travesty. Okay, so that would be another fix. Another fix would be implement college rules. I love college rules. I would be 100% for that. I think it's exciting, it's fair, and both teams get a chance to possess the ball. Now, there are advantages, obviously, in college of who gets the ball first, who goes second, you know what you have to beat, et cetera, et cetera. So the college's rules aren't perfect either, but they're an improvement from what it is now. People criticize the college rules because you take out the kicking game, punting and kickoffs. And so, I understand that. That's a valid criticism of the college game. And they also criticize, like, if you did it in the NFL from the 25-yard line, it's too close, they would score at will, there'd be too many overtimes. Okay, that's fine. Let's do it at the 50. Both teams get a chance to possess the ball at the 50, and we do college rules. That would be exciting. It'd be fair. It'd be great. So those are great solutions. The last solution is, to me, it's like the most common sense one is like, oh, hey, why don't we just do what they do in the other sports, like baseball and basketball? They end tied, they play another period. Another inning in baseball, a 5-minute period after tip-off in basketball. Why in the NFL can't we just play another 10 minutes? I don't understand why we can't do that. Like, if it's a matter of time, that makes no sense because overtime as it is 10 minutes right now anyway. And there were several games this year that played that whole 10 minutes. So if they're willing to allow the game to go that much longer, why not let's just do it that way where it's fair? All the rules are in place, and if you do this, if you just extend the game 10 minutes, now you still have the kicking game, you still have time management and clock management is a factor, and all of the elements of the game that are involved in the first 60 minutes are still involved in overtime. It's fair. The end of the game doesn't end in controversy, and it's fair. That's my free advice to the NFL. I'm excited for the NFL to implement this.